Ever pondered why the mighty Ottoman Empire didn't establish a colony in the New World? To answer this question, we need to delve into the origins of this enigmatic empire. What began as a small Anatolian kingdom in the late 13th century, under the leadership of Osman I, the Ottoman Empire swiftly rose to prominence. Its strategic location at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, coupled with a powerful military, gave it an undeniable advantage. The empire's military prowess was a force to be reckoned with. The Janissaries, an elite infantry unit, were the backbone of the Ottoman military. Their discipline, rigorous training, and innovative tactics played a crucial role in the empire's expansion. The Ottomans were also known for their exceptional use of artillery, which often left their adversaries in awe and their fortresses in ruin. But the empire wasn't just about military might. It was a beacon of administrative efficiency, with a centralized system of government that allowed the sultans to maintain control over vast territories. The empire was divided into provinces, each headed by a governor appointed by the sultan. This system ensured a smooth flow of command and a unified administration across the empire. Moreover, the Ottoman Empire was a melting pot of cultures. It absorbed and synthesized diverse traditions, arts, and sciences from the many societies it encompassed, creating a unique and vibrant Ottoman culture. The empire left an indelible mark in the fields of architecture, literature, and music, which continue to resonate even today. From a humble Anatolian kingdom to a colossal empire that spanned 3 continents, the Ottomans were a force that shaped the course of history. Their military might, administrative acumen, and cultural influence made them one of the most powerful empires of their time. With such power and influence, one would think the Ottomans would have attempted to colonize America, but they didn't. And in our next scene, we'll delve into the reasons why the Ottomans, unlike their European counterparts, didn't venture into the New World. While the Ottomans were busy expanding their territories, the Europeans embarked on a different journey. This journey, known as the Age of Discovery, was a period spanning the 15th to the 17th century. It was a time when European powers, driven by a thirst for wealth and the allure of the unknown, set out to explore new lands and establish new trade routes. At the heart of this exploration was the indomitable spirit of adventure, and perhaps no one personifies this spirit more than the Italian explorer, Christopher Columbus. His voyages across the Atlantic Ocean, sponsored by the Spanish monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella, marked a watershed moment in world history. In 1492, Columbus reached the Americas, a vast and rich continent previously unknown to the Europeans. But Columbus was not alone in this quest. Other explorers, like the Portuguese navigator Vasco da Gama, made significant contributions. Da Gama's voyage around the Cape of Good Hope in 1498 opened a sea route from Europe to Asia, bypassing the traditional land routes dominated by the Ottomans. The discovery of the Americas, and the establishment of new trade routes, brought unprecedented wealth to the European powers. Gold, silver, and other precious commodities flowed into Europe, fueling a period of economic expansion and cultural renaissance. The allure of these new lands was so strong that it led to a scramble among European powers to establish colonies and exert their influence. However, while the Europeans were charting unknown territories and amassing wealth, the Ottomans were preoccupied with their affairs closer to home. Their focus was on consolidating their power in Asia, Africa, and Europe. The lure of the New World, it seemed, did not hold the same attraction for them. So while Europe was looking westward, the Ottomans were focused elsewhere. Their priorities, strategies, and ambitions were different. The Age of Discovery was a European venture, driven by a unique set of circumstances and motivations that did not resonate with the Ottoman Empire. For the Ottomans, the world was not a vast, uncharted ocean waiting to be explored, but a complex chessboard of politics, warfare, and diplomacy. What was so important that it kept the Ottomans busy while others were discovering new worlds? Well, the Ottoman Empire, at the height of its power, was a colossal expanse of territories, stretching across 3 continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa. The Ottomans were preoccupied with consolidating their power across this vast empire. They were not just rulers in the conventional sense, they were administrators, lawmakers, and defenders of their realm. They had their hands full with the maintenance and expansion of their territories. Let's also remember that the Ottomans were not alone in this world. They were surrounded by formidable neighbors, some friendly, others not so much. The Ottomans found themselves constantly engaged in conflicts with these neighboring powers. These were not petty squabbles but serious military confrontations that required undivided attention and substantial resources. The empire was often at war, either defending its territories or expanding its boundaries. In addition to their military engagements, the Ottomans were heavily invested in controlling key trade routes. Their strategic location between East and West provided them with a unique economic opportunity. They controlled important trade routes that linked the East with the West, namely the Silk Road and the Spice Route. The Ottomans understood the value of these routes and concentrated their efforts on maintaining control over them, which required significant resources and attention. Furthermore, the Ottomans also had to deal with internal issues. Like any large empire, the Ottomans faced their share of internal strife. There were rebellions to quell, administrative issues to sort out, and economic policies to implement. They were constantly working to maintain a delicate balance between the various ethnic, religious, and cultural groups within their empire. So the Ottomans had their plate full. They were busy with the administration of their empire, their military obligations, controlling key trade routes, and managing internal issues. They were so tied up in their own world that they didn't have the luxury of looking beyond their immediate surroundings. The Ottomans were tied up in their own world, leaving little room for transatlantic adventures. But even if they wanted to, could the Ottomans have colonized America? This question leads us to the crux of our discussion: the Ottoman Empire's lack of a strong maritime tradition. While the Europeans were building vast fleets and pushing the boundaries of naval exploration, the Ottomans were more focused on their land-based conquests. Their empire, sprawling across 3 continents, was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions. But when it came to the sea, they lacked the same level of interest or expertise. Unlike their European counterparts, the Ottomans didn't have the extensive seafaring experience necessary to embark on long transatlantic voyages. Navigating the open ocean was a specialized skill, one honed by the likes of Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama, but largely absent in the Ottoman Empire. On top of this, the geographical challenges cannot be overstated. The journey to America was long and perilous, fraught with unpredictable weather, treacherous currents, and the ever-present risk of shipwreck. The Ottomans, with their limited naval experience, would have found this a daunting, if not insurmountable, task. Then there was the issue of naval technology. The development of advanced seafaring technologies played a crucial role in the Age of Discovery. The Europeans, with their caravels and galleons, were able to navigate the wide and wild expanses of the Atlantic Ocean, but the Ottomans were late to this game. Their ships were not designed for long ocean voyages, and they lacked the advanced navigational tools that were becoming commonplace in Europe. So, while the Ottoman Empire was a formidable force on land, they were less prepared to venture out to sea. Their lack of maritime tradition, combined with geographical challenges and a late development of naval technology, meant they were not equipped to embark on the kind of large-scale transatlantic colonization efforts that marked the Age of Discovery. The Ottoman Empire, despite its power, was not equipped to become a colonial power in the New World. So why didn't the Ottoman Empire make a colony in America? It's a question that has fascinated historians and sparked numerous debates. As we've explored through this journey, the answer lies in a complex blend of political, geographical, and cultural factors. One critical aspect was the Ottomans' preoccupation with their own territories. The empire, at its zenith, stretched across 3 continents, enveloping a diverse range of cultures, religions, and ethnicities. Maintaining control and ensuring cohesion across such an expansive realm was no small task. It required significant resources, both human and material. The Ottomans, therefore, were more focused on consolidating their power and maintaining stability within their borders, rather than embarking on ambitious, uncertain overseas ventures. This inward focus was further compounded by the lack of a strong maritime tradition. Unlike their European counterparts, the Ottomans did not have a history of seafaring exploration. Their strength lay in their formidable land-based military might, not in naval prowess. The Mediterranean, not the Atlantic, was their primary sphere of influence. Venturing into the unknown waters of the Atlantic and establishing colonies in distant lands was not within their strategic or cultural purview. Geographical challenges also played a significant role. The empire's geographical location, nestled between Europe and Asia, was both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it provided the Ottomans with a unique position of influence over the trade routes between the East and the West. On the other hand, it placed them at a considerable distance from the Americas. The journey across the Atlantic was fraught with peril and uncertainty, a risk the Ottomans, preoccupied with their own intricate web of challenges, were unwilling to take. So, circling back to our initial question, why didn't the Ottoman Empire make a colony in America? The answer is multi-layered, revealing a fascinating interplay of politics, geography, and culture. The Ottomans had their hands full with their own world. The New World was a venture they were neither ready for nor interested in.